Welcome back to Big Bucks Coins Information Channel, where ordinary coin Australia 20 can't. A common coin is more valuable than a lifetime of hard work. It's enough to change your destiny in a single heartbeat. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a myth. Something surprising is happening in the world of rare coins. Auction. Each of these coins has a history like pure gold, mystery, and a story so powerful it will shake you to your core. Extraordinary treasure. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and today you're going to discover that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy Australia history. Right into the palm of your hand, and trust me, every single coin selling from few will news look at your change the same very again. Let's unlock the treasure vault starting with coin number 1. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating treasures in the world of Australian coin collecting, the legendary 1966 20-cent coin with the distinctive black dots. This coin is no ordinary piece of loose change. It has become a true star in the numismatic world, admired for its rarity, its striking features, and its ever-increasing value on the collector's market. If you're someone who enjoys learning about hidden gems of history, or if you're a serious collector, always on the lookout for that next great investment, then you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you will see why this coin is in such high demand and why it continues to command strong prices in today's auctions. The year 1966 marked an important milestone in Australia's history, as it was the year the country transitioned from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal currency system. It was a time of major change, and the 20-cent coin became one of the most iconic pieces of this transformation. Struck by the Royal Australian Mint, the coin was designed to capture not just the economic shift, but also Australia's cultural identity. Featuring the graceful platypus, one of the country's most beloved native animals, the coin instantly stood out. But what makes 1966 particularly special is that some coins, due to unique striking characteristics, came out with what are now called the black dots, a feature that set them apart from the millions of other coins minted in that year. So, what exactly makes this coin so special? The 1966 20-cent black dot coins are recognized by tiny but noticeable dot markings that appear near the platypus design. These marks are not damage or wear, but minting peculiarities that became a permanent part of the coin's identity. To collectors, these are not flaws, they are fascinating characteristics that make the coin unique. When held under proper light, these black dots can be clearly seen, almost like a fingerprint from history, and that uniqueness adds incredible allure. Coupled with the bold portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, the coin holds a balance of classic design and intriguing imperfection that transforms it into a collector's dream. Rarity is the magic word in coin collecting, and the 1966 Black Dots 20-cent piece embodies that perfectly. Not all 1966 20-cent coins carry this unique feature, which means that among the already vast pool of Australian decimal currency, these stand out like diamonds. Collectors across the country, and increasingly worldwide, actively hunt for these coins, and demand has only intensified as the years go on. Coins in fine or very fine condition are particularly sought after because collectors want examples that have survived the decades without heavy circulation damage. It's this combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance that has cemented the Black Dots 20-cent coin as one of the top valuable Australian coins in circulation today. Now, let's talk about value because this is where things get truly exciting. The market for rare Australian coins is strong and growing, with collectors willing to pay premium prices for high-quality specimens. The 1966 Black Dots 20-cent coin in fine condition has been known to command impressive figures at auction. Depending on the grade, provenance, and collector interest at the time of sale, these coins can bring in $107,600 to even $136,750 of Australian dollars. What's even more exciting is that values have shown consistent growth, making these coins not only a piece of history, but also a smart long-term investment. In today's action-packed market, the Black Dots coin continues to stand out as one of the best performers, a testament to its enduring appeal. For collectors who are lucky enough to own one of these coins or those looking to add one to their collection, there are a few things to keep in mind. Always ensure your coin is authenticated and graded by a trusted professional, as condition plays a huge role in value. Protecting the coin in a proper holder or case will preserve its surface and prevent any unnecessary wear. If you're in the market to buy, keep an eye on reputable auction houses and numismatic dealers who specialize in Australian decimal rarities. And perhaps most importantly, be patient. Because these coins are in such high demand, waiting for the right coin at the right grade can pay off tremendously. Building a collection with coins like this is not just about ownership, it's about holding a piece of Australia's numismatic story. In conclusion, the 1966 Australian 20-cent black dots coin is more than just a piece of pocket change from decades ago. It is a symbol of Australia's shift into modern currency, a unique minting variety that captures the attention of collectors worldwide, and an investment-grade rarity that continues to rise in value. With its fascinating history, distinctive features, and strong demand in today's market, it stands tall as one of the top valuable Australian coins you can find. Whether you're a passionate numismatist or someone who simply enjoys discovering treasures from the past, this coin is a shining example of how history and rarity combine to create something truly extraordinary. So, if you ever come across one of these remarkable black dot coins, remember you're not just holding a 20. Next up, coin number 2. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures in Australian numismatics, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, in very fine condition, and why this coin is commanding incredible attention in today's action-packed market. For years, many everyday Australians held this coin in their pockets without realizing its future significance. But in recent times, collectors have been racing to secure the best examples of this piece, driving its value higher and higher. This isn't just any ordinary coin, it's a symbol of history, rarity, and serious opportunity for those who understand the world of collectible coins. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin was struck at a time when Australia was experiencing a unique period in its minting history. While the design itself was already familiar, featuring the iconic platypus swimming gracefully across the reverse, the year 1981 saw a significant number of these coins struck not just at the Royal Australian Mint, but also overseas in places like Canada and Wales to meet Australia's coinage demand. That alone gives 1981 coins a very special place in the story of Australian currency. Each one of these coins carries with it the essence of international cooperation and the determination to keep the Australian economy moving smoothly. What may have seemed routine back then has become an intriguing detail that collectors now appreciate as part of its historical background. The standout feature of the 1981 20-cent coin is, of course, the elegant platypus design, which remains one of the most loved motifs in Australian coinage. However, it is not just the design that makes this coin unique. Variations in minting, subtle differences in strikes, and the way the details appear on the platypus or Queen Elizabeth II's portrait can dramatically affect a coin's desirability. Coins from this year often reveal sharp edges, a distinctive shine when preserved well, and a boldness in detail that makes them stand out in collections. In very fine condition, you can still see the depth of the design, the crispness of the text, and the subtle charm of a coin that has endured decades, yet still looks remarkable. That lasting quality is part of what gives the 1981 20-cent coin its enduring appeal. Now, when it comes to rarity, this is where the 1981 20-cent coin truly shines. While many were minted, finding them today in very fine condition is far from easy. Over the years, the majority of these coins were circulated heavily, losing much of their detail and appeal. The ones that have survived in top condition are now prized as scarce treasures. Collectors place immense value on condition, and a very fine example means the coin still holds strong detail, shows minimal wear, and retains much of its original character. Because of this, demand continues to rise. The rarity is not about the raw mintage numbers, but about the scarcity of well-preserved examples in the market today. That scarcity fuels competition among collectors, and competition always drives up prices. So, what does that mean for today's market? In auctions and collector sales, the 1981 20-cent coin in very fine condition has been climbing steadily in value. Depending on the exact features and the sharpness of detail, collectors are paying in the tens, and in some cases $100,000 or $1,400,000 for superior examples. In fact, recent sales have shown that the appetite for this coin is only getting stronger, with prices continuing to rise as collectors recognize how difficult it is to secure one in the right condition. For a coin that once jingled in everyday pockets to now be commanding such attention in the market is nothing short of remarkable. For those looking to add a 1981 20-cent coin to their collection, the key is to focus on condition and authenticity. Always examine the sharpness of the platypus design, the clarity of the queen's portrait, and the overall wear on the coin. Aim for coins that show minimal flattening and still carry the shine and character of the original strike. Collectors should also consider proper storage, keeping coins in protective holders to preserve their condition for future years. Here is the text to convert. Networking with other coin enthusiasts and keeping a close eye on auctions can also give you the edge in acquiring these treasures. Remember, the market is highly active and demand is strong, so being proactive and informed will help you secure the best examples before values rise even further. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is more than just a piece of change. It's a symbol of history, artistry, and rising value in today's collector market. Its unique story, beautiful design, and growing rarity and fine condition make it one of the most exciting coins to watch right now. Collectors know that opportunities like this do not come around often, and that is why demand is skyrocketing. If you are lucky enough to already own one in very fine condition, you are holding a coin with genuine significance and increasing worth. And if you don't, now is the time to start looking, because the year 1981 20-cent coin is not just a coin. It's a treasure with a bright future in the world of numismatics. Next up, coin number 3. Today we are diving into the world of rare Australian coins, and in particular one that has been creating real buzz among collectors and investors alike. I'm talking about the highly valuable 1981 Australian 20-cent coin, known for its unique black dots on the front side. This coin, when found in fine condition, is not just a piece of currency. It's a piece of history and a serious treasure in today's action-packed coin market. If you've ever wondered why some coins can command prices well above their face value, and why collectors worldwide are chasing this particular coin, then stay tuned, because by the end of this video you'll understand why this rare 20-cent piece has become one of the most desirable finds in the numismatic world. The 1981 Australian 20-cent coin is part of the well-known platypus series, first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency. Struck in cupro-nickel, this coin represents not just the nation's move into a modern currency system, but also Australia's deep connection to its wildlife. The platypus has always been a symbol of uniqueness, and it is fitting that one of the most unusual and rare error varieties would be associated with this coin. In 1981, a large number of 20-cent coins were minted, both domestically and overseas, to keep up with circulation demand. Yet within that massive mintage, a rare variety emerged, coins with distinct black dots on the front side. These dots are not just random marks. They are now recognized as a defining feature that sets apart a small portion of the mintage from the rest. This fascinating twist in history has elevated the coin into legendary status among collectors. What makes this coin stand out are the mysterious black dots on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. On most coins, the obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crisp and clean in detail. But with this rare 1981 issue, you will find unusual black dot markings that make the coin instantly recognizable. Far from being seen as imperfections, these features have turned the coin into a true collectible. The contrast of the dots against the silver-gray metal creates a striking look, giving the coin a character and individuality that standard coins simply cannot match. When placed side by side with a normal 20-cent coin from 1981, the difference is undeniable, and this uniqueness is exactly what collectors crave. It's these distinguishing traits that transform a simple piece of change into a coin worth hundreds. Rarity is the #1 driver of value in coin collecting, and the 1981 black dot 20-cent coin ticks that box perfectly. Despite the millions of 20-cent coins produced in that year, only a fraction display this rare obverse feature. Add to that the fact that coins naturally wear down over time in circulation, and suddenly finding one in fine condition becomes like striking gold. Collectors want coins that show clear detail, minimal wear, and strong eye appeal, and the black dot variety in fine or better condition is especially scarce. This is why whenever one comes to auction or into the open market, it creates a wave of excitement. Demand is consistently strong, and serious collectors compete fiercely to add such a piece to their portfolio. The combination of rarity, condition, and unique design elements makes this coin a crown jewel of modern Australian numismatics. Now, let's talk about value, because this is where things get really interesting. In today's action market, a 1981 black dot 20-cent coin in fine condition is commanding impressive prices. While the exact dollar amount can fluctuate depending on the auction, demand, and the coin's specific appearance, collectors are seeing values soar into the high hundreds and even into 300,900 Australian dollars for the best examples. It's astonishing to think that a coin originally worth only 20 cents could now hold a market value that rivals or even surpasses precious metals. The upward trend is undeniable, with more and more investors realizing the growth potential of rare coins. For collectors who already own one, it is a prized asset, and for those searching for one, it has become a must-have target, worth every dollar spent. For those inspired to begin or grow their collection, here are some key insights. Always examine your coins closely, especially those from the early 1980s, as treasures like this can still surface in everyday change. When you find a coin with unusual marks such as the black dots, resist the urge to clean or polish it, as natural condition is crucial to maintaining collector value. Seek professional grading and certification if you believe your coin could be the rare variety, as this adds both authenticity and market trust. Stay engaged with coin shows, collector clubs, and reputable online auctions, as these are the best places to both learn and possibly acquire one of these highly sought-after coins. Most importantly, remember that collecting is not only about profit, but also about the passion of preserving history, and this coin embodies both perfectly. In conclusion, the year 1981 Australian 20-cent coin with black dots on the front side is more than just a rare error. It's a symbol of how something small and unexpected can become a national treasure. Its rich background, standout features, extreme rarity, and strong market demand have cemented its place as one of the most valuable Australian coins circulating among collectors today. If you're lucky enough to own one in fine condition, you're holding on to a piece of history with serious monetary worth. And if you are still on the hunt, keep looking, because the excitement of discovery is part of what makes this hobby so rewarding. With values climbing and demand showing no sign of slowing down, the 1981 black dot 20-cent coin is truly one of the shining stars of Australian numismatics. Next up, coin number 4 today's video, where we dive into the fascinating world of Australian coin collecting. If you've ever wondered about the true treasures hidden in your pocket change or perhaps tucked away in a family drawer, then you are in for a treat. Today, we'll be exploring one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in Australian numismatics, the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition. This is no ordinary piece of loose change. This is a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike, a coin that continues to prove its worth in today's vibrant auction market. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular 20-cent coin has become such a valuable and in-demand collectible, and why it should be on the radar of every serious enthusiast. To truly appreciate the 1968 Australian 20-cent coin, we need to step back into history. The decimal currency system was introduced in Australia in 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence with a modern system based on dollars and cents. Among the new coins was the 20-cent piece, showcasing Australia's distinctive identity and craftsmanship. The 1968 issue holds a special place because it was part of the early years of decimal coinage, when quality, precision, and artistry were at the forefront of production. These coins were struck at a time when Australia was embracing a new chapter in its financial story, and today, they represent more than just a means of exchange. They are cultural and historical symbols. What makes the 1968 20-cent coin stand out is its unmistakable design and detail. On the obverse, you have the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, capturing her dignity and presence during that era. On the reverse, the striking image of the platypus, one of Australia's most beloved and unique animals, swims gracefully across the surface of the coin. This blend of royal tradition and natural wonder makes the coin instantly recognizable and highly admired. Collectors value not only the artistry of this piece, but also the fact that it reflects Australia's pride in its heritage and wildlife. Every curve and contour of the platypus design is crisp and symbolic, reminding us that this is far more than just a simple 20-cent coin. Now, let's talk about rarity, because rarity is the key driver of value in the coin market. The 1968 20-cent coin is considered scarce, especially in very fine condition or better. Over the decades, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or heavily circulated, making high-grade examples increasingly difficult to find. Collectors know that condition is everything. When a 1968 20-cent coin is preserved with clear details, minimal wear, and sharp edges, it becomes a prize worth chasing. The demand is always strong because these coins tick all the boxes. They are historically important, beautifully designed, and challenging to source in top condition. This is exactly why the coin has become such a highlight in auction rooms and private collections. So, how much is a 1968 20-cent coin worth today? In today's market, prices are climbing steadily. A standard circulated coin might not catch much attention, but once you step into very fine condition, the value rises significantly. Collectors are willing to pay strong premiums, and in auctions, the figures can climb into the hundreds of dollars depending on grade and rarity factors. And it's not just a coin anymore, it's an asset, a tangible piece of history that holds its value in the collector's marketplace. The positive trend shows us that these coins are not only cherished, but also considered reliable investments, with demand pushing their market price consistently higher. If you're interested in adding a 1968 20-cent coin to your collection, there are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always look for condition focus on coins that show minimal wear, with clear detail in the platypus design and the Queen's portrait. Secondly, source your coins from trusted dealers, auction houses, or reputable marketplaces to ensure authenticity. It's also wise to handle your coins carefully and store them in protective cases to preserve their condition and value. And finally, don't underestimate the growing collector demand. These coins are not just for seasoned numismatists. They are accessible and exciting for beginners too, making them an ideal entry point into the world of coin collecting. The 1968 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition is more than just a rare collectible. It's a piece of Australian history, a work of art, and a secure investment all rolled into one. With its unique design, limited availability, and rising value in the marketplace, it continues to attract attention from collectors around the globe. If you have one of these coins, treasure it. If you don't, start searching, because the demand is high, the market is strong, and opportunities like this don't stay hidden for long. This coin proves that true value often lies in the smallest of treasures, and it shows us that the world of numismatics is as exciting today as it has ever been.